Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, folks. Welcome to SKTV. Welcome in, welcome. Try to face this hat real quick. Um, Welcome to today's edition. As you join us share the show, we have a lot to cover. I will be here for the first hour. Uh, I'll be here for the first hour. But let's share the show as you join. Tell us where you're joining us from, please. Tell us where you're joining us from, please. As you join us, we do have a lot to uncover. Hmm. Let us know where you're joining us from, please and please. Let's share the show as we await the guys here from Liberia to join us. Let us know where you're joining us from. We are on. Tell us where you are joining us from. Asim appear to look very, very quiet today, but that's because we have a lot to talk about. Share the show. Share the show, please. Uh, Share the show, please. We'll start off the show. Very interestingly today, we'll start the show. Let's share the show, please. God there. God there. Happy Monday, folks. Lord. Hey, Lord. What did we do? What did we do? uh, just give me a moment here, folks. We got a quick tip to play here. We're not playing music today. Some of you who missed out on it, we got a quick sound bite or tip to play. We don't want you to go away. Just give us a second. We got a quick sound bite to play here. Quick. Quick tip to play. Those of you who missed it today, you probably have the opportunity to listen to the president. The president seemed like he decided to come back for part two. President Joe William dirty Joseph Bagay. Joe Bob Fordham Isa. I beg you. President Joe William. Hey, my boy money back. Money man. Dirty Joe Boy. That the president saying that the president of our country, you're going to do nothing. And the president talking, you're going to call the president. The see will be talking here, you're going to cause the president. No, you're going to cause our president now. You go call our president. Any president, anybody calling nobody war in the street. Call the president, nobody war in the street among I'll be calling the president. What? You know, the president listened to my message yesterday. What? I said the president of why they show now. I'm my boy. The president of why they show. The president detected Joe Ball. That's it. You know, the party man looking for people to be in solidarity with them. The president detected Joe Ball. President said Joe Ball has zero ballon in nothing. That fear mumu. That's what the president say. That lie, oh yeah. I tell you. The president umpa. The president detected Joe Ball today. Joe Ball can do nothing. Joe Ball can do nothing. It's detecting today. Next time you put your life together. Let me be playing it fair because nobody's stupid yet. I can be playing. You're gonna be listening to your president. Detecting our vice president. No matter from the radio what is going on. No matter right in the back there. President my detected Joseph Boaga today again. And I told you that thing was on Joseph Boaga and that Joseph and I told you that scam. Calling him Joseph. That scam. That big scam. So shameless crook. Even the one they call him Joseph Boaga that crook. Joseph in the power on that crook. Nobody's to pay. Joseph Boaga that hell of a crook. Hell of a crook, you see going. Hell of a crooked old man. A serious old man. As a right about Joseph Boaga. We're discussing serious things to move the country forward. You're talking Joseph Boaga. I better get serious in that country. I better get serious in that country. We're discussing serious people. You're discussing somebody who can even say that, who can even know, he wouldn't even know what's going on. Just say that one year won't be president. Something wrong with you. The president jetting today again. Next time, when you're going on your campaign trail, you'll mind your business. And you're taking shot at the president. President ready for you. President ready for you. You go talk now. You go talk. You go talk now. Me, I know say in the campaign your secret will come outside. Me, I know in the campaign are going on, the campaign are coming up. Your secret will come outside. Your secret will come outside one by one. One by one. Yeah, crazy. Joseph Boaga put in, you're gonna call the president that the president that me talk or that the president 30 years today. That Joey at 30 years, I mean that Joey I know your secret. All the time you're begging for money, Joey I know your secret. Joey I know your secret. Joey I know your secret on paying Joey. Your secret in Joey. That means say your secret in Joey. Joey Morgan said, you were talking. Joey. Joey will tell you your secret. I come and play the president dirty Joe Ball. Melbourne, we're gonna turn in Melbourne on to this because you the new weather man. You can't you out in your face. You want to see your kissing more the time you were kissing. Anyway, let me bring Joey. Let me bring the president on. Nobody's too bad. Just wait. I come in. President, tell the Joe Biden money. Joe Biden do nothing. Joe Biden do nothing, man. Going inside we don't get handled today. And you are kissing on the show. And you are kissing in a wedding. You newborn. You think you whatever. Give me a second here. I'll be right back. Don't wait. You got me get there. You give me a second. You give me the French book the Spanish book is uno minuto. Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. The president dated Joe Biden. Okay, okay. You give me a second. Something is not right here with me. It's from my end. But please give me 1 second. Uh, I will add Milburn on. Milburn, while you're on, welcome to the show. I'll be right back, Milburn. I gotta do something. Okay,
Go. Basta.
My love, let me love you. Let me love you.
So you came out with Gogu on? You came out with Gogu on, Milburn? You think it's too bad? You came out with you came out with oh. The man came with Gogu on.
Yes.
Excuse me, Mr. Gogu. Excuse me, Mr. Gogu.
Man, there's something inside.
You came with Gogu on?
Seriously. We are big one too. Big one.
Big Gogu? Gigantic, humongous Gogu? Don't mind Joseph Baga. They're dating today. Let me play Joseph Baga. Let me play our president dating Joseph Baga. Next time Joseph Baga put left together. You think we hear for that? Anyway, folks, if you're just joining us, welcome to today's edition. We told you that whole Joseph the dreamer, Joseph the one, Joseph. I told your friend about Joseph, not faker. Joseph not joker. Joseph joker. Yeah. Joseph in the Bible and all you sleep. Because the men need to be alert oriented. Pass the wrong way. Somebody who's sleeping, who they won't discuss it yourself with it. And our president told you, you're gonna cause a president now. So you want to say our president disrespectful too? And you see how you're disrespectful. Today, the show will be noisy. Today, I listen to the president from start to end. I want to know. No, let me tell you something.
Steve, I'm coming. Steve, my man, I'll go for a break. I can welcome me, forget about the people.
My man, I don't welcome you. Because we're not showing a testing video here. You know, we're going to be about it, brother.
Hey, man, my man.
You know, we're going to
I left almost 3 days. I come, but welcome me first. Hug me first.
My man, I saw you kissing a jet. I said about you, Novo.
I mean, the Baptist church was upside down yesterday.
My man, the one why I saw I can't even show it to the public.
No, don't do that.
But you know, Novo.
Don't do that. But anyway, Steve, thank you. Thank you for holding on to the ground. And let me say thank you, you, Seku. You know, before I start to appreciate all the people that are on SKTV, you guys really been doing well. And it's really, really catching our people. Because can you imagine that even at the church, people were still singing in SKTV name, even at the reception hall, the same thing, SKTV. So that alone proved that we are working. So let me say a special thank to you and that of Seku for job well. Indeed. Thank you so much. Now to all of you, our followers, our viewers, and our supporting arm of this platform, let me say thank you to all of you. And if I'm going to be seeing you one, I'm going to be putting you on my back. Because actually, you people are the cause today for Melbourne. Even now, all the food I'm talking about today are just because of you people. So thank you so much, SKTV family. And if let me show you the ring. And you see it, thank you. You did extremely well. So thank to all of you, the SKTV family. I'm so proud of all of you. Thank you for the love, and I hope that it will going to last. In fact, it will last forever. So, Steve, we can continue now with our topic.
My man, that other picture where you were casing and doing things on that picture there, I will post that picture in other news. I will post it.
Oh,
yes, I gotta wait. No, let me tell you something. We got that part of promotion. We got to promote you. I will post that picture. My man, I didn't know you know love letter. Love data.
Look, now I know that the BAFTA these days now they are open BAFTAs. Oh.
I tell you, man, because they love that you showing the chest out. I said I was sitting watching that vibrate. I said, what, my boy? And then today, if you're Gogu again, you just go to the more fun.
But the player, as I was calling me,
you see, they say you shine. Nobody shine. Why shouldn't you shine? You should shine.
And then what you say, my brother?
But let's get to today's event quick. We're not playing no music. No other news today. Today we're going straight to President dealing with Joseph Boakai. We told y'all stick with the message. Y'all say y'all be throwing jab. Joseph Boakai started the thing in Nima County. He threw jab at the president. The president discussed Gogu Bene, but how will you won't go ahead of myself? Because those of you who miss it today, hold on. Those of you today, let me put it there. Liar can save my witness behind the road there. Whooper will not lie. Let me bring the president. Let me make the president be here. You got the president at people.
Oh. The reason they're telling you that because they don't want you to compare the 12 years to our 12 years. Because they've been a different 12 years. First-time voters. I want to thank you. In 2005, your parents stood with us. In 2017, they stood with us. Today, the family are standing with us. Together, we build a country, a beautiful country. I say to you, don't mind them. Don't mind them. We give you free education. They are hungry. Don't mind them. I want you to listen. My family and friends, listen to me. Just another day, I told you about the Gogu story. They want you to believe that they're carrying them stronger than us. So they put this Gogu on their faces so they can see. So they can sleep. Because they are sleeping. But every day, Master, I was listening to one of the opposition. There's a platform there, he said to the president, that what God said, and somebody said, Joseph. He said, I'm not Joseph. But they forgot to know that God sent Moses to the Egypt land. Let my people go. Listen, I want to speak to you. Listen, I want to speak to you. And the son of Joseph explained to his brother that one day he will become star because he was a shining star. A brother got jealous and sold him. They sold him to Egypt because God gave me a gift to dream. And through dreams, he interpreted dreams, and he interpreted the dream of the king and the making government of Egypt. And the man that government in prison said to the king, there's a God in the prison, saying why a dream to be interpreted. And he interpreted that dream, and Joseph became the prime minister. But now let me tell you about the two Joseph. They said Joseph the dreamer and Joseph the sleeper. Listen, now, Joseph the dreamer, he was sold when he was 17 years old. Joseph the dreamer. Now, Joseph the dreamer, God gave him a gift. And when he became governor and prime minister, he managed the food and the gave him to take care of in Egypt. And when family were coming, he managed everything well. That's Joseph the dreamer. The Joseph the sleeper, he was agriculture minister. He was not planning next year. Joseph the sleeper, he was FPRC managing director. Right last year. The Joseph the sleeper, he squandered his money. The Joseph the sleeper, they left his money, he did not pay anything. The Joseph the sleeper, even your community, they left him nothing. The Joseph the sleeper, he paid the altar. So the Joseph the sleeper cannot do anything for you because Joseph the sleeper.
I think we should go to the set piece.
He can't do anything, then he lied to you. He was responsible for the youth in this country as vice president. He has done nothing for you. The Joseph is sleeper. So you see, it's a seeing sleeper that telling you that you will move somebody who is alive. Joseph the sleeper, the new technique they're making now, you know the new technique? It's not a good again. Every time they have a program, they will put one leg there on him. So that they can be touching his own get sleep. The man is retired. He has no living room. He has no seats. It's time for the country to move forward. Young people, this is our time. Liberia will be 176 years old.
Well, folks, yeah, take out Gogu. Take out Gogu. I told you that Gogu you work today that you decided to put yourself in situation, you know. Well, Mr. Kane, welcome
Yeah.
to this edition. How are you? Good to see you.
I'm doing great. Thank you so much.
Yes. Well, I don't know where to start, but I'm as you can see the topic, yeah, who's making the case. Um, this is telling, this is revealing. Just before we come back to the tip, we have some information coming in here again concerning. We spoke yesterday about Stanton Witherspoon and a case in Liberia where people shouldn't be carried away by things. We have some. I don't know if that breaking news or that we just follow up because we are zooming in on this case and we're following up on the case. Yesterday we read to you the court document as to why the station was shut down. Today, another court document was issued against Stanton Witherspoon. You know, so we are confused, Mr. Kane. And let me just give the quick, and we'll come back to that tip because we're zooming on the tip today, what the president said. This will be our focus and our concentration. But we want to quickly hear a writ of summons again by contempt this time around. And people, you're listening, because you're who rushing around and following people in sentimental political moves where they're lying, you're listening. The court issued another document today against the Spoon Network, Stanton Witherspoon. Says here, before His Honor, J. Kennedy Peabody. Before His Honor, J. Kennedy Peabody. Writ of summons by contempt. Listen, we probably not lawyer there, but when we read it, one we can understand, we can talk it. That was saying that, the Republic of Liberia to the Sheriff and Deputy Sheriff of Monserrato County, Republic of Liberia, greeting. You are commended to summon to the above named defendants. And let me call the above named defendant on there. Republic of Liberia plaintiff versus management of Spoon TV Communication Network, City of Monrovia Corporation, defendant number 1. Defendant number 2, Mr. Stanton Witherspoon, also the City of Monrovia, Republic of Liberia, defendant number 2. My people, you're here. You don't go be passing around and say that government coming down on your speaking PP book, coming down on freedom of speech and they want. You're here. Growing out of the case, the management of Spoon TV Network Communication and defendant Witherspoon, they are sending them another writ, telling them that they order someone here is by contempt. That's what they say. The above named defendants, then they added and responded, then they added a couple of names there. Alice Dennis, Flomo, Aaron Talu, Patricia, is that Dopo, Gibson, Ziaye, and all staffers and receptionists of the above management herein named to appear before this court on Tuesday, July 18th. So they said they might go to court tomorrow. They said they might go to court tomorrow. At the hour of 12 noon to show cause, if any, why should not be held in contempt of court for their insults on court officials and failure to appear before the court constitute a writ of arrest. They say if the people did not come there, They will arrest them. In your year, let me read the last passage. You are hereby commended to summon the above named defendants to appear before the date and time mentioned. Supra. We probably will not know people when they say supra, will not know what it means. You could define it. We tell you in simple terms. My people that are there, another rape us again. When they not go there, and they go and they shut down again and they arrest them, your man say that political shutting down, they shutting down, your man say that Joe that the court send a paper. Go to the court. When they put the court arresting Bailey off for Cummings went to court. One of the witnesses that was Joseph Boakai. The seen sleeping Joseph that we're talking about. So that is there. That is there. My people that is there. When Joseph Boakai, people won't pass around and talk, say they want another court, another did, another. You don't, nobody don't worry about it. Nobody cares. The fact is, the documents are here. Let them go to court. Nobody's stupid here. Let them go to court. Mr. Kane?
Yes, sir.
Another court case on the Spoon management and other employees there for contempt. Just before we get to the video here, because that video, that recording from the president is not only telling, it's disturbing and it's troubling, and we cannot pretend that we don't know what's going on. So welcome.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Mabel. Mabel, welcome back. And I want to say congratulations to you and your beautiful wife. And I think you guys, have fun. And we pray that the God Almighty bless the union. I want to say a big thank you to our folks here watching and listening to us on the radio. And I want to also remind us that today is the birthday of our brother, our friend, and our man at the radio station, O'Neill Robert. Today is his birthday. I want to send a shout out to him. And all of you that have also contributed towards his birthday celebration, I want to thank you. O'Neill is here watching. I want to say thank you to O'Neill for everything you are doing for us and for the Liberian people at Truth FM. With that said, I personally care more about the topic you presented, Steve, more than the whole Spoon and the government or court saga. The reason being, that is not a new thing, and it doesn't benefit us Liberians in any way, shape, or form, especially at this critical time. This is our election time. I think we should give more focus to the elections, the happenings, what they are doing, what they are not doing, what the president is doing, what the opposition are doing, what they are not doing, and what to expect as far as the outcome of the election is concerned. I'm more interested in that more than this Spoon talk nonsense. The reason I say not call it nonsense, they are playing game. I can tell you this. Both the government and Spoon, they are playing game with the Liberian people. First of all, just less than a year ago, this was the network promulgating the message of George Manneh Weah. Attack anybody, disrespect anybody who dared to say something negative about George Weah. Because things didn't go well with them. Let me say this. I know some people will like it, some people will not like it, but I'm just being honest. The whole Spoon talk, quote this, quote that, everything about it is politically motivated, plain and simple. Yes, they are using legal means, They are weaponizing the justice system to get at them. But they are all friends. They are all colleagues. Because things falls apart or things are falling apart, they want to bring everybody in. What I would say, I would like to see the final verdict in their decision making. Whether it's the court document regarding they paying fine, or they fail to appear or fail to respond. The Spoon talk. Spoon was on Pram FM this morning. Spoon Network was being broadcast on Pram FM this morning. They're playing cat and mouse game here, Steve.
Thank you, Mr.
If they decide to actually close down Spoon will not be on any network in Liberia. You saw it with Costa, right? When Costa was closed down, when Root FM was closed down, Costa wanted to go on Radio Bush Island. It was stopped. Because you know what? It's not the network. It's what they do. It's the people. So if Spoon Network, Spoon TV can still be aired in Liberia on radio, and they say to close down Spoon, they didn't close down nothing. They're playing game. They are buddy, and I don't trust anything from Spoon or from the government of Liberia. They're all fake. That's what I gotta say. I would like to focus on the real issue.
Okay, well, we'll get to the real issue, but I think I slightly disagree with you on that, on some of your points you've made, in as much that one could claim that it is politically motivated. Someone could claim that. But the fact of the matter also, some members of the opposition cannot use this to drag other people into it as well. And I think that's where I'm mostly concerned as opposed to the games that they're playing. For example, you can have the Unity Party wanting to make a petty party game that everybody should cry and everybody should come and say, oh, the government is going against the person and they should go in solidarity. Nobody should fall for that nonsense. This is where my qualms are. I could care less about Spoon. I could care less about the games they're playing with the government. We all know that they're friends. But hauling the opposition into this to make it look like everybody might say, oh, Jawia, that they want to close the station down. Then it can be, and that's what they want to do.
And Steve, let me agree with you. Let me tell you something. Do you expect something else from the Unity Party? The Spoon Network have dedicated their time and energy to supporting the Unity Party. Unity Party depends on the Spoon Network as the only major platforms to promulgate their message. So if the Spoon is shut down, do you expect them to fold their hands and sit down and do nothing? They depend on the people. They will say anything. They will lie. They will fabricate story. They will make it look like the wall is falling. But there's nothing wrong with that. That's what they expected. If they don't do that, then that means they work for nothing. That means they are a bunch of non-entity. Somebody can, be fighting for you. Let me tell you something, Steve. With all these things going on, government, this person sues Spoon, this person sued this person sued that. If Spoon Network was still promoting George Weah and the agenda, that court case will go nowhere.
I agree.
So it's nothing. It's all fake people. Government is fake. Spoon is fake. And UP is fake. Everything they are doing, they're playing game with the Liberian people. That's why I think it's imperative that we focus on the real issue. Trust me, these people, they are fake people.
Thank you, Mr. Kane. We'll update you guys as any other information come up concerning this case. But again, we're also sending a strong reminder to those of you who are in the opposition. If you get your best friend, you get your boyfriend, your husband, your significant other, whatever you want to term it as, associated with government or Spoon or whatever it is, please don't drag other serious-minded people into your solidarity for Spoon and the cutting speech and whatever it is, and the government want to step on freedom of speech. Please don't carry that stupid narrative, because that narrative is stupid. The government, Spoon, they know what they are on. Akuku Jumuku. You not know. Send they know what they on, let them do their thing. You don't focus on them. Those of you who in CPP, who passing around in your solidarity, you all need to have it quiet. keep it moving, stay focused, and make your case. You stop being dragged into this foolishness. It doesn't concern you. Spoon is the same person that dishonor your political leader. I see some of you stay gallivanting and say standing way and sitting down with that one of your business. You also start pumping tire way. By the way, I get to the issue, Mr. Kane. I get to the issue here. I think the president, starting from yesterday in Grand Bassa, responded to Vice President Joseph Yoma Boakai. And also, we have to add that he included Mr. Alexander B. Cummings by not only taking some political shots, which I will credit the president on. Let me say this. I credit President George Weah. I credit him 100% on that. I stand with him on that particular move. No, it sounds funny, but I'm serious. You see, in politics, this is what you do. Politics are not religion, they're not diplomacy. Donald Trump, as we speak right now, I went to Seku place, eating cassava leaf, playing checkers.
Do you have to say that?
No. And MSNBC was on, CNN were on because Seku can switch it, MSNBC, CNN 1 hour each. While we were playing, enjoying ourselves, serious political opponents around the world, they're taking shots at each other. You're who in the opposition, when you go to talk, you'll be acting too safe. President Jowiya, thank you, our president. Thank you for teaching, for showing, and for telling these guys how this politics should run. Some of you say President Jowiya crazy, and he not know what he's doing, and he's smoking kush. You're on your own. Because he is making his case in a thing and what he's talking. Today, he never stopped there. He made a clear court case, and he told the Liberian people what the United Party strategies, some of the strategies they are employing now, for you to not notice that Joseph Boakai is sleeping. How did President John Weah know that? This is to tell you that these guys on the United Party, some of them are sell out, like we've said here before. They're still working with the government. They're still on government payroll and taking pay. So what President John Weah will say, they change the strategy now from Gogu to having one leg here with Joseph Boakai, to be tapping him to ensure that he doesn't sleep with their own program. You be the judge. Because you see, these few days, it has never been before in the history of Joseph Boakai, but if you that anyway, he goes, he's on a leg around him. What is going on? So I'm confused too. So I mean, in as much as we can laugh at it, but people have started to make the case. And it's on. It is on now. And it will get worse. It will get worse. So, Mr. Kane, it's on you. I don't know what you think generally, but I think that's the side I wanted to focus on. Then later on, I will focus on whether the pool number I see opposition and giving them say hard time for them to focus on the Lord, that's focus. Focus on your message. They're not doing that. They're running around John Weah and he pull a cry and he pay people. What does that concern you? What is your issue? What is your issue? What is your message? Counter those things that he did today. Provide your case. So,
all right. So thank you, Steve. Thank you again. As usual, we always agree to disagree, disagree to agree, and we always find a common ground at the end of the day. Let me say this. I think the president is a joker. The president is a joke. And at this point, what I expect of a president who have served for 5 going to 6 years, coming out, stay focusing on cross size. The government focusing on how many people to come out, when you can only pay people to come out. Anybody, the same group you see, with George Weah, you will see the same people. With Cummings tomorrow, you will see the same group. With Boakai tomorrow, you will see the same group with Councillor Tewan Gonglo tomorrow, the same people. They may not be able to, all of them may not be able to get out the same number of people, but the same people that you will see there, you will see them there because of depending who spend more money to get more people out. We know the politics in Liberia. The cry size does not matter. That's one. Number two, the president is not making okay, Steve. The president is involved in a child play. The president is involved in a child play. In Liberia, we call it voking. After destroying the people's life for 6 years, Steve, I expect the president to come up to run on his deliverable. What he did for the past 6 years for the Liberian people, reason for which he deserved to be elected or re-elected. To come here to talk about somebody sleeping. Who doesn't know that Joseph Boakai he sleeps? The whole world knows that. The man can be at the campaign trail, people beating drum, he's sitting down there sleeping. Everybody's aware that Joseph Boakai is in sleep. Is that a campaign message that Joseph Boakai are making? That's not a campaign message to me. That's a joke. It means that the president has nothing absolutely to present to the Liberian people after giving him the power to change their life. I expected the president to be talking about deliverable substance, things he has done for the Liberian people for the past 5 years. To draw a contrast. Say he talk about the people don't want him to stay there, for them to compare their 12 years to his 12 years. No, not so fast. Do some comparative analysis first on your part, on your 6 years. Just do that. You can measure that with the Unity Party first 6 years or their last 6 years. Do comparative analysis. Since both of you agree that you were all corrupt, let Jowia tell us what he has done better than the Unity Party. The Unity Party been telling people why they are better than George Weah and CDC in terms of corruption. Because they all agree that they are corrupt. The only problem, the only difference is one thing the other person is corrupt than the other. If you talk about Unity Party, CDC people will say, oh, Unity Party was corrupt. Ma Ellen said corruption is a vampire. So Unity Party was very much corrupt. If you ask CDC, Unity Party people will say, Joe Weah is corrupt. At least Ellen did her corruption. Joe Boakai didn't do their corruption. Unnoticed. Nobody knew about most of it. They control it. But these people, they do their own corruption uncontrollably. I think George Weah should be running on his record. George Weah should be talking about, when I took power, this is what X, Y, and Z I did. This is where I take Liberia from point A to point B. I've changed the life of the Liberian people with safe drinking water, with maximum security. I've created a conducive environment that will attract investors. We have brought in the country entrepreneurs, good people. Now youth empowerment. People are working. People who are graduating from the university, because of my government, we have X amount of people being employed. They are working. The papa going home now with something in a plastic bag for the children because of me. He should be talking about those things. But sitting over there, get us a bunch of opium smoker. Even the president say, the president calls their man, they will clap for him. Even the president say anything, they will clap for him. So, citizens and the president, they still need to prove to us that they are a bunch of serious people. But this is a joke, I think.
Okay.
Politics, in terms of making campaign or reaching out to the people, the political satires, like attacking each other here and there, that one is normal. But it should go beyond that. And this is what we have seen from the president for consistently, Steve. If the president was doing those line of attacks and then at the same time return to substance, it will make sense to me. But the fact that the president is focused on only attacking, got nothing to show for the 6 years, that is an embarrassment and disappointing.
Thank you, Mr. Kane. I want to switch this conversation to another side, but keeping in the same context here. I would never, ever blame President George Weah for speaking the way he spoke. In fact, I would encourage him to continue to speak the way he spoke. In fact, I stand with President George Weah in his speeches in Basel and in Montserrat today. I stand with him. As evidenced by, if Joseph Yuma Boakai and United Party know that they have a solution to this problem, they will leave President George Weah alone and tell the Liberian people what they can do for them. They reverted to going after President George Weah personally. We know Matoso. These guys pass around. They tell you that they will rescue. They got nothing to tell you how they will rescue, what they have done in the past records to rescue. But then when the president responds, then people won't say the president was joking, and the president should say that the president should say that. Look, the opposition at large, apart from Joseph Yuma Boakai, anybody in the opposition should be telling the Liberian people what they will do for them, as opposed to making George Weah's failure as a campaign. It doesn't make any sense. So when you decide to attack President George Weah, as opposed to telling the Liberian people what you can do for them, I will tell President George Weah to respond to you effectively, efficiently, and be decisive in his responses. And I like the way he responded, and I will applaud the president. I will encourage him the next time Joseph Yuma Boakai, Jeremiah Kuhn, or anybody refuses to stay on the issue, such as telling the Liberian, because you are in opposition. The Liberian people see, they know every day what George Weah cannot do, and they know what he can do. What can you do for them? What is United Party's message? I want you to tell me, Mr. Kane. They have no messaging. But attacking President George Weah, what good does it do you when you tell every day that the government is corrupt? What good does it do us? Okay, how do you solve this corruption problem? When you yourself got questionable characters, questionable people around you, and so forth, how do you do that? So, President George Weah, I agree with you 100%, and you must get it there again. Anyone of them that can't try that foolishness to you, you must get it there. I say, you are our president. You must get it there. And let you get it
before we go for the news bulletin, let me let me say this, Steve. Before we go for the news bulletin, somebody say when Steve is speaking, I can enjoy him because I can be smiling because I can really enjoy him. But I can really enjoy Steve. But let me say this, Steve. Whether it's Unity Party, whether it's the CPP, whether it's the LPP or PPL, whatever P it is, the Liberian people deserve better. The Unity Party,
I agree.
The Unity Party has no message, Steve. You
know
know that. So, like Unity Party, like the CDC, they all behaving the same way. But, it is said that to whom much is given, much is expected. One of the reasons why the CDC government is at the receiving end of most of our criticism and attack, it is because they have the hem of power.
Exactly.
They are in leadership right now. They are the government. In fact, CDC should be ashamed of themselves. George Weah should be ashamed of himself for it to even make any comparison with the Unity Party. Because you know what? They were elected because of the failure of the Unity Party, promising that they will do better. If they stay looking behind, comparing themselves to the Unity Party, that is admitting to their failure. Because Unity Party failed. They brought CDC to replace the Unity Party because Unity Party was a failure. When you see some Liberian right now, even thinking about voting for Joseph Nima Boaka, it's because of the failure of the CDC. Knowing fully well that Unity Party failed, they say we cannot bring Unity Party back again. But some of them say, you know what? We will vote for Joseph Boaka in sympathy. We thought this guy was better than them. We thought this guy would do something better. But because of George Weah failure, some Liberians now thinking about going to vote for Joseph Boakai as a sympathy vote. That's why when we always say, if you want to go back to the failure of the 12 years, vote for Unity Party, you want to stay in the bad condition as is right now, vote for CDC, and you want change, vote for commies.
Yes.
Plain and simple. So, Unity Party is not on message. CDC is not on message. And it is disgraceful.
Thank you.
For both of them to be proceeding that way. However, CDC, George Weah as president, the more he engages in these attacks, only solidify what we have been saying over the year. That George Weah is enough incompetent and does not have what it takes to change Liberia. Because why? He has nothing to show for it. He should be spending the last 3 months or the last 80 days telling the Liberian people reason why he should be elected based on deliverable. Now just reminding of who's sleeping, who's not sleeping. We all know Joe Biden is sleeping. We all know Unity Party failed. In fact, now I should remind all how Unity Party failed. Because George Weah was elected because of the failure of the Unity Party. That's the point I'm making, Steve. I know both of them, none of them have message for the Liberian people.
Exactly. But Mr. Kanaja, before Melbourne takes us to the news bulletin today, before I make this point, because I know I'll be leaving, we already discussed it. Yeah. Here's the issue. When George Weah, Joy Howard Taylor, and other people start to point out the failure of Unity Party 12 years, that all of them, because they were in the Senate.
Yeah.
So that means what we are saying, in essence, and we have always said, and they have called us, communist people, the other person people, we have said to you, Joe Weah, CDC, they are not options. United Party, Joseph Boakai, they are not options. At the scene 6 and 7, you put them there.
So Steve, we gotta go for the news bulletin, please.
Yeah, my man, we'll be part of the new main town. We'll be part. You're not open blue again. You're not open blue again. No. Yeah. So Melbourne will be back. We'll keep Sekou on for the meeting. Sekou, I got to run to get ready for that meeting. But
I got you.
Here's an issue I want to say to all of us, my people. The messaging will come out. We will know in the messaging who got message for the Liberian people for change.
And Steve, before you go though, because Melbourne and they're going to go to the Sunday, but before you go, I want you and I to have this little bit conversation at least in a few minutes before you leave. Let me say this.
I can allocate 5.
Yeah, 5 minutes is good. That's good. Let me say this, Steve. You know, the reason why I say I'm disappointed in George Weah and his government and seditions. If somebody was kicked out because they were corrupt, to bring you there to do better, and you stay looking behind, in as much as I'm yet to see any reason why people should vote for Unity Party, but it is a shame for CDC or sedition to say anything to the Unity Party, my man, to be honest with you. Because at this point, we shouldn't be talking about UP. But CDC is making UP better. George Weah. Up to now, George Weah stay struggling to even communicate well with the Liberian people, Steve. Identifying with George Weah is a shame.
Mr. Kane, you only restrict this to Unity Party or Mr. Cummings. Let me say this to those of you who are seditious, who are listening. and I know the president is following. I know so. Oh, hold on, getting up. Hold on. Hello?
You want to mute yourself? Yeah. So while Steve is on the phone, I know there are a lot of Unity Party people here. There are a lot of CDC people here. I don't like what I'm saying.
Mr. Kane.
Yeah.
So I got somebody who called me from the CDC. They said they want to make a quick point. Is that okay? This was impromptu.
They want to call in to make a point, or they want to come on the camera?
No, they call me in to make a point.
That's fine.
Go ahead. Identify yourself, please. Call, hello? This is who?
It's not coming too clear, man.
You're not coming clear.
How can you sound you're calling from Liberia?
Okay. You guys can hear me now?
Yeah. Can you hear me? It's much better. Go ahead. What's your name again, please?
Okay, this is Kev Hassan.
Yeah, Kev Hassan. Go ahead.
Okay. I just want to debunk a little bit what Siku is saying. The reason we call in the Unity Party name because the ANC has no governmental record that we can talk about. They've never been in government before, so we are talking about our record versus the 12 years failed Unity Party. That's what the reason we call it them. So we cannot call any other person. They were there 5 years ago, and they're saying they can do better. They're saying they are rescuers. So we informed the Liberian people that they cannot even rescue themselves. Look at their record. They're not supposed to even be talking. They're not supposed to talk. So that's why we're calling them. Not trying to elevate them. No. But we're challenging their record because they were in government. So that's the reason, Chiku. So I hear you saying you're disappointed. No, we cannot say anything about the ANC or the CPP. They don't have governmental record for us to say X, Y, and Z. So I just want to correct that.
All right. Can you stay on? Let me ask you a question.
Kev, hold on 1 second. So you want to ask you a question.
First of all, Kev, thank you for calling in. You are our friend and our brother. So you've been following SKTV from the time we used to be on the phone. I want to recognize that. And you, like you said the last time, you forced yourself on our platform many, many times. And you are welcome. So, Steve, Kev Hassan, I understand you said you are going to the UP because they were in government before. The reason why you are not mentioning ANC or CPP is because they have no governmental experience. Granted. Do you think Liberian people, in order for them to re-elect President Weah, do you think they will be interested in telling them what you have done, giving a reason why you deserve to be re-elected, as opposed to going back on an attack, comparing yourself to people that were kicked out because of you and to bring you on? You think Liberian people deserve to know reason why Joe Weah should be re-elected?
Well, Chiku, in politics, you compare records. In order for the people to know and feel you're tangible, you have to take them to the past and see where they came from and where they're going. That's what you do. So
does that mean the Unity Party is you consider as a major competitor now in this case? Nobody else?
No. Like I said to you, we cannot compare the past to CPP because CPP were not in power.
But can you run on your record though?
Sekou.
Yeah, no, I'm asking you now. Can you run on your record as opposed to going back? Can you run on your record what you have done for the past 6 years?
But that's where I'm going. So give me a chance.
Okay.
I cannot compare the CPP I cannot blame the CPP on the local road. I cannot blame it on the CPP for not fixing the local road. because they were never a government. But I would blame the Unity Party. While I'm informing the people about the local road, I'm showing them before and after. Look at my record. I'm running on my record, and my record is I fixed Unity Party Senator Barrow Road when he was in power for 12 years. I will show that record. I will show records. So in order for the people to know, so you have to go to the past and show the past and say, look where we were and now where we're going to and where we're heading. So that's why we call them. It's not because we think that it's stronger than PPP or that. No. We treat everybody equal. We treat everybody equal. But we cannot say anything about the CPP because they are not responsible for squandering our opportunities. They are be responsible for squandering our opportunity. So we'll go to JB. Now the CPP need to make the case to say that, okay, the Unity Party now wants to be in the second round if there's a second round. I repeat, if there's a second round. Or they are now, they cannot challenge us because they are failure. So what the CPP need to do is to go to the Unity Party and tell them that they can do better. But we will challenge records because that's what we do. That's what government. We're showing our tangible. But why we telling you what we're doing? For example, you see a lot of young people today, a lot of young first-time voters. The reason is because our government paid their WIAC fee. So what we're saying to them, back then, all those 17, 18-year-old children, people with money will sleep with them because they want to pay their WIAC fee. But now it can't happen. My little sister, Mama Sikaba, I can give an example of Mama Sikaba. When she was taking a WIAC fee, they wanted to sleep with her. But she refused. She refused. But under George Manuel that will not happen. So we are comparing when they were abusing our girls, and now they don't have that opportunity to abuse our children again, our girls again.
Okay.
So compare that. That's
all right. Okay. I know. Steve got to go. We do not have enough time. I have a lot of questions to ask you, Mr. Kefa-San, or anybody from the CDC. Since you guys are afraid to come to SKTV, so we have a lot of questions to ask you guys. Any of your people who can ably articulate the CDC deliverable in the past and both past and present and the future of the CDC, what you can do to change the current condition of Liberia and the Liberian people, I would be very happy to have that conversation with anybody, including you yourself, or anybody within the government. Let's have a conversation. So,
yes,
we cannot fit that, all those conversations in this 2 minutes call.
Chiku, I will do my best to talk to some of our people to come on your platform frequently to explain some of this the government achievement. So trust me, we are heading for election. We are out. We will go all over. We are out. We'll go to a responsible outlet, responsible media place like you guys, and then we'll make the case.
Okay.
We'll go all over. We are all over. Every responsible media outlet, we will be there.
Okay. Thank you, Kev.
Okay. Thank you.
So normally when people call, even if we see the number or whatever it is, we like for them to identify themselves. Me, I don't announce who you announce yourself. But Mr. Let me make the one point I will leave.
Yeah.
I think Alexander Cummings, Tawan Gongo, and other people who are there, Clarence Maluba, Joseph Boakai, I think George Weah brought all of them to life politically and created a competitive process for himself. This could have been a slum dunk. This could have been a walk in the park had President George Weah done what is right and the bare minimum for the Liberian people. We wouldn't even be talking all of this. We probably wouldn't be having this conversation because the Liberian people loved him naturally to give him power. Left all the politicians, all the educated people, all the experienced people, brought power to him on silver platter and handed to him. So President George Weah has himself to blame. I don't agree with that number or whatever it is because they had it at the party headquarters. But interestingly, something I noticed when President George Weah won the same balcony he stood on. He was on that balcony sometimes today. It's not coincidental. We'll dig deeper into that. Is President George Weah, here's a question I will leave for you. Is President George Weah finally going to do what is right to help take away everybody with him for political retirement who contributed to the destruction of Liberia? That includes Joseph Boakai. Because from what I'm seeing, he has restricted his fight to him and Boakai, which I think is necessary. And I agree with Kev. They should speak on the records. I agree. Now it's incumbent on the other people there who haven't been in power or have not been, given them the authority in the country to lead, to not get into the stupid fight. Watch them while they make the case to the Liberian people. That's why you do strategically. But they will not dwell. They will be distracted with this. Be trying to take SAR. Hire two enemy then get be 14. Then you choose we want to SAR way. Sometimes I don't understand the people, then some of the people that in CPP. How two people that go again can be fighting. You're on the same thing. Instead of making your case to use that as an advantage. But you decide which one of them you went SAR way. And the funny part about it, they go and SAR with United Party, who's owning money then even more. What kind of sense that makes? So, I mean, to tell you that some of these people are not serious. They're not ready for business because this is politics. But I will encourage President George Weah, take a swap at them anytime you can. Whether that the Alexander Comiso, whether that the Chawan Congo, don't be afraid. President, we'll be in our department. Me, I'll be in that department. Take a swap at them.
Yeah, that means you're simply telling the world that the president has nothing else, no tangible.
Oh, that's fine. If I had a one look at it.
Yeah,
that's
so if that's and that's fine, you can do that.
President
I don't think that should be enough of a reason for Liberian people to vote him and to re-elect him.
President George Weah said.
Then you continue doing that.
No, that was not lie. President George Weah said today. Joseph Boakai,
he has nothing to
President George Weah said today. Joseph Boakai was with LPMC and he did nothing. That's a fact. Even though it might seem like a swap, but it's a fact on Joseph Boakai's record. That's an indictment on Joseph Boakai's record, Mr. Kenneth. So I'm saying to the president, if you know anything.
Okay. What did he do? What did he do? We are doing now with LPMC.
It doesn't matter.
It matters because
he was not there. He was not with LPMC at that time.
He was kicked out because of the failure.
Exactly.
What did he do now with LPMC?
Exactly. So what does he do now with LPNC? It's up to her to say
he should be running on those things that he did. Let me tell you
whether it's up to her to say he didn't do anything for LPNC as well. But the fact that he's pointing it out, which is a fact, does not make it.
It means nothing.
He should be able to point it out.
If Boakai didn't do anything,
yes.
Boakai do nothing with X, Y, and Z.
Right.
What did he do with it, George Weah?
Very good. So then that's where the people there who supposed to make that. That's not my problem. They can say, "What did you do it? Why didn't you do it?" Listen, if he says, Joseph Boakai never did anything to LPNC, and he said never did anything to LPNC, it corroborates what we have said. That's not our role to come and say, "What did you do? What did you do?" I'm not here for that.
No. You were saying they're not a CP people role, but that's our role.
No. That's not my role. That's not my role.
Okay, I think we in the press is our role.
My role is if you point out the wrong, I will point it out. I will say, "Yeah, that is wrong. I agree with you." Simple. If Joseph Boakai like it tomorrow, he come and say, "You do nothing too." Then I will say, "Yeah, Joseph Boakai say you do nothing too." That's fine. But for me to take word and put it in somebody's mouth,
no. But I would say if he said the other person didn't do anything,
do it no problem. Do it no problem. But Mr. Kane, I'll update you when we leave.
Yeah, please. So I don't know. We aren't ready to take call. I'm going to Liberia, but I don't know. Somebody just called in. Let me just take that person and listen what he's trying to say. Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah, this is Dixon. I tried to phone the show.
Yeah, but we haven't started taking calls yet. That was just a call Steve took, and then I couldn't say no. But unless you have something to say quickly, but we have not started taking call yet.
Okay.
You want to call back?
Yeah, I'll call back.
Thank you. So let's go back to Liberia.
minutes. Sorry, though.
Are you okay? Mabel, are we good? Or you want me to take you off for now? Mabel stays struggling. Let me say this. There is no way that George Weah can make a case against anybody if he cannot speak to his record. President Weah or any of the surrogates, if you want to win this election, if you want to be re-elected, tell the Liberian people what you have done. Tell the Liberian people what you can do to change their current condition. It seems like you are bankrupt with idea to change the current state of our nation. Other than that, you have been given the opportunity for 6 years. There's nothing to show for it. Let's agree, Ellen and Joseph Boakai, they failed the Liberian people. But at least Ellen time, I did not hear at any point in time to say, hey, the flight has to be diverted to another country because of no electricity for the flight to land in Liberia. At least, I'm not trying to campaign for Joseph Boakai, but I'm just being honest, to be honest with you. I'm a big critic of Joseph Boakai and everybody else. But at least Ellen time, people never used to run to their houses 7 o'clock in the morning or in the evening or 6 o'clock. You got to go home because of insecurity. Those are failure. Are you there? We good to go?
100%.
Ellen time, nobody used to run to their house 6 p.m. because of insecurity. The way the Zogo business looking right now, making themselves as a different nation or different country or having a different government, do whatever they want at any time. It wasn't like that. At least before Ellen left, we had about 158 million in the Federal Reserve in the United States. The last time we checked, George Weah depleted that account to 8 million from 158. Come on, man. I'm not campaigning for Joseph Boakai, but I just believe if George Weah really want to be taken seriously, let him draw a clear contrast. I met bad economy. I've taken the economy from point A to point B. I came, the security system was bad. People were dying, but now the country is safe. But it's the opposite. I came in the country, rape was on the rampant. I've reduced it to the minimum. I came, people were not going to school. But now school is affordable for everybody. I came, there was no clean drinking water in the country. Now everybody got clean drinking water in Liberia. I came, there was no electricity. But now everybody got 24-hour current in Liberia. That should be the statement of George Weah. Anything short of that is a shame and disgraceful. I'm not going to fall for that. I don't think Liberian people should fall for that. until you can tell me what you have done differently in a positive direction, not negative. For the past 6 years, everything you criticize, we are government, they will point to the Unity Party. That's shame. That is very shameful. Unity Party was taken out of power to replace them with you, thinking that you're going to do better. I'm being honest. I still don't believe Joseph Boakai have an answer. I don't believe that because you know why? He was there with Ellen. Joseph Boakai has no idea that they did not use during Ellen time. Joseph Boakai has not told the Liberian people. He's yet to tell the Liberian people to say, hey, I have these, proposal. I have these information. I have these policy prescription. I presented it to Ellen. She said no. Joseph Boakai said he used to be the last person in the room to leave the room. So that means he participated in every decision making with Ellen. And their government was branded as one of the most corrupt governments in the history of our country. I still believe that Joseph Boakai has nothing new to provide to the Liberian people. Or at least he's here to tell us. I don't know. And people that are supporting Joseph Boakai, they know very well Joseph Boakai has nothing new. They are just supporting him either out of sympathy or because of what is in it for themselves. People who are supporting him, either based on tribal line, based on sectional line, or somehow party discipline, party solidarity. Oh, I'm a born UP. No, you're not a born UP. You are ashamed. You are ashamed of disgrace. Because you know what? You should be a born Liberian. You should care about what good for Liberia, not what good for UP. When I see people talking about born CDC, I will never leave CDC for anything. That means you got nothing in your hair. Your hair is completely empty. You are a born CDC. No, you should be a born Liberian. Who cares about Liberia? So in this case, I will not commend George Weah for taking swap at the people. That's politics. You can do it if you want to. But is that enough for you to be re-elected? Oh, you will elect George Weah because George Weah know how to call Joseph Boakai. You know how to call Joseph Boakai sleepy. I don't know, sleepy, make him sleep. Is that enough? Is that what George Weah was elected for? For you to point to the father, oh, I want to win the Senate? Let me tell you something. These are things inserted in Weah's speech by his surrogates. They are a bunch of jokers. That's a joke. If you don't believe me it's a joke, go listen to the tape. When George Weah mentioned those things, what happened? Everybody laughed, they clapping. Whoa, it's joke. That's kind of like some sort of a comedy show. George Weah should be speaking substance, my people. George Weah should be talking about the issue. People used to die during Ellington. That's true. People used to die, but not at the level it is happening right now. Not at the level it's happening right now. That's the fact. That is not giving Boakai credit. Boakai was not the president. Ellen was the president. But I know Boakai and his supporters, they will take credit for the good things done under Ellen government, and they will shy away or run away from the bad things that happen under Ellen. That's why I don't respect some of them. If something is good, if you were in it when it was good, you were there when it was bad. Mm-hmm. It is called integrity. Joseph Nima Boakai and George Weah It's like 6 and 7. Joseph Boakai then were removed because they failed. The people that came to replace them, they are also failing miserably. Can we say that about Cummings? No. Can we say that about what's his name? Tiawan Gonglo or Clarence Monuba? No. But George Weah, you and Joseph Boakai in the same league. The league of failure. The league of deception. The league of do nothing. The league of corruption. The league of tribalism and nepotism. The league of sectionalism. You're all in the same league. You are in the league of failure, failed governments. You're only competing as to who is more corrupt. That's plain and simple. It is a complete disappointment for George Weah, people to be clapping for him for making erroneous comments about Boakai. Like Steve said, maybe the president is watching, maybe some of his friends are watching. I know they will watch. I know they can watch most of the time. But let's be honest with each other. Personally, I would be sitting here, Melbourne, supporting George Weah right now if George Weah case was about, hey, bring people. When I took power, Becker Wright was $20. Now it's come down to $15 or $10. When I took power, people that were being killed mysteriously, I brought it down to 50% or maybe 10% reduction of mysterious death.
Seriously.
I would be here supporting George Weah right now. If George Weah was campaigning and say, hey, when I took power, there was no electricity in the country. Now I have electrified the entire country, or maybe at least 50% of the country is being electrified by George Weah. I'll be clapping for you. I'll be in the vanguard of campaigning for George Weah. Because mine is about Liberia. I care less about anybody. If George Weah was campaigning today, standing on the podium and proudly telling the Liberian people, when I came to power, Liberia was not safe. Now today, people can stay on the street on the 4/7, no problem, no harm. I provided security. Then I would be supporting George Weah. Because those are the things that we elected him for. If George Weah was sitting on that podium today, when I took power, their country, the unemployment rate is high. But today, I'm down to the minimum. Liberians are not working. I've brought in the country investors, entrepreneurs. Now, students graduating from University of Liberia or other universities, you don't worry about jobs today because of George Weah. Then I'll be supporting George Weah. Those are the things that I want to hear. To say, you know what? When I took power, Liberians abroad tried to come to Liberia. But now look at today. Liberians are now investors in Liberia. You understand? Liberians are now investors in Liberia. Liberians are millionaires. Liberians are educated. They are educators. They are entrepreneurs. They are professionals. They are doctors. Maybe George should be proud to say, hey, because of me today, we have thousands of Liberians now that were used to living in the diaspora have come to the country and they have invested, and the people are benefiting from it because of my good governance.
Seriously, Segu.
Those should be the discussion we should be having in the country. Oh, the person can sleep. Oh, when I was there, I put my hair on. They may not see me because I was sleeping. Everybody say, hey. Shame on all of you. It is shameful. Oh, the president got taught. Oh, that is disgraceful. It's a disgrace. Let your way be boasting. Let your way be boasting on real issue, on substance, undeliverable. Oh, the other man say, where you coming to face here? They say, hey, they got talk. Amen. It's like we are cursed, man. It's like Labra is just cursed. Well, let me tell you something. We'll open the line, but before we open the line, let me say this. Let me say this. The people coming out. The people coming out to come and cheer for George Weah. Those cheering squad. Those people wearing clothes. Those people wearing those uniforms with George Weah picture on it. I saw some men wearing skirts today.
The Minnesota.
I saw some men wearing skirts.
Minnesota.
I saw some men.
Minnesota, Lapa State,
I saw some men today in a situation that I could not imagine that was possible in Liberia. Some people went to that place because why? They don't have the $1 to eat. They gave them money to show up. What do you expect of them? Liberians attending every rally.
Political activities.
You can get as number of people as you want if you have the money to pay them. And these people have the country money with them. They want, let me tell you something. All the rallies, whether it is rally for Joseph Boakai, for Kumis, for George Weah, I don't see anywhere where they got 50,000 people. No. Nowhere. None of them have pulled up 50,000 people. Monserrado alone gets 800,000 registered voters. So having few thousand people, 10,000, 15,000, maybe 8,000 here and there.
So now 4,000.
Trying to use that to say, oh, the crash, that's a joke. That does not in any way project anybody winning anything. The real election is on the 10th of October. You see the real people voting. And the real people will vote based on issue. Will vote based on their condition. They will not vote because of $20 that we're giving them today or $10 that we're giving them today to show up. No, they're not going to vote based on that. They're not going to vote because some of them don't even have clothes to wear. Some of them, they will take those campaign t-shirts as their good clothes to wear to go to places. Because they cannot afford to buy good clothes for themselves. Some people, not all of the people. Some of the Zogos, they got, torn clothes on them. They are, they call it their clothes. They're wearing it. Some of them, the butt is torn up. If you can't get a new clothes, new lapa, new suit, they will not take it. They will wear it. They will go there. At least after that program, now they got some kind of clothes to wear. You didn't get money to eat. You get a $20 can show up today, $5. They will take it and show up. But first of all, you that taking that money, you that wearing that clothes to go to that campaign rally or political rally, ask yourself, how did you get in that condition that you are in right now? the condition of joblessness, the condition of being hungry, the condition of not even having a clothes to wear, the condition of insecurity. How did you get there? Joseph Boakai and Ellen Johnson Sirleaf started they put you in that condition. And Joshua came and made it worse. But then when he's telling you they will rescue you, when he's telling you your condition is good. As if to say they know you more than yourself. If you don't eat, if you didn't eat 2 days ago, you did not eat. Joshua know that. He doesn't care. He doesn't know whether you eat or not. Joshua doesn't know how many people go to bed hungry. So when people are engaging in political rally, Mayborn, substance. That's why I must admit, I've said this in public, I've said it in private to a lot of people. If Cummings does not win this election, will be of his own making and his people. If Cummings continue to go out and speak to the issue like he's been doing, and continue to engage the Liberian people based on substance, trust me, Liberian people are listening. Every time Cummings went out and speak, whether on radio, on talk shows, everywhere I've seen this guy. We have interviewed him many times. And I know after the interview, some of the messages and calls that I can get. We have interviewed him in public when we engaged the Liberian, we engaged Liberian for the last time in Trenton, New Jersey, Mayborn. After that engagement, I know how many minds were changed. I know every time Cummings appears on a show, whether it's SKTV or any other platform, based on his understanding or his grasp on issues, or his understanding, the way he articulates the issues, the way he lay out his point, his policy prescriptions, Liberian people listen and they gravitate towards him in huge number. But if Cummings, like Musa Belete was saying, they say, oh, they are human beings, they can get tired. You can't get tired until you finish. You know, the people will say in the Madingo parable that if you put something in the water that you are eating, as long as you don't finish eating that what you put in that water, your hand will remain wet. They need to continue to do what they've been doing. And good for Cummings, he has somebody now as a running mate who is well established, well knowledgeable, articulates well. She understands the issue. She's charismatic. When she speaks, people listen and people follow. So somebody that compliments him. So if they continue to engage the Liberian people the way they should, maybe a lot will change. They shouldn't get tired. Because all the other people then they are throwing allegations of who's more corrupt. Joey say, you people corrupt. You people say Joey is corrupt. That's not what Liberian people are looking for. Liberian people are looking for something that will change their life. So when Steve posted this headline, who is making the case? He's talking about how Joseph Boakai is sleeping. Is that making a case? Talking about Joseph Boakai was a leader, but he was sleeping. Is that making a case? Joey should be engaged in telling the people what he has done for the Liberian people and what he would do to change their current condition. Let's open the line to the people.
Thank you so much. Who's making the case? So, folks, if you just joining us, we want to say thank you so much for joining us. And today is Monday, is 17th day in the month of July, and we are on the program SKTV. So you can place in your calls at 0770-203-125. Please, if you call, don't be holding and put it with us. Today. Hello? My brother, I'm okay. Thank God. Go ahead, your name.
Thank you very much. And let me just give you to you, especially for the program, everything went over. And step back to this for madam.
Go ahead, Chief.
Thank you very much for much appreciation for your hard work on it. And this is the boss of the project. I'm joining you tonight for Success District 4. Look, people, for us, for where we are honestly is that just the entire issue. Look, Joseph Walker is the whole man who started doing government work for a time he was young up to present. And it's kind of a time you are saying government and fail to this country. That we are no equal to him. The way they will say that you are getting a higher seat. And he cannot do anything more than Walker at the time he was telling all ministry. And as the past president said, let me tell you, there's a certain territory in our house. And we have 29 that always put their hair on, and the woman always recognize them. So tell me that one person will put their hair on, the woman will not recognize the person. So I see what job we are saying, that the man will not see. We are listening to him, we know. That is why you are.
All right. So let's call a good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Go ahead, Chief.
All right, let me say thank God ever so much for making your program a success to the issue. My name is Brother Jeremiah Siawi. I joined this discussion for district number 6 this evening. Brother Mayborn, when it comes to who is making a case, I am not seeing any other person besides Elizabeth Cummings. Because to admit, and even today, I was listening to the PSP, the Violence Bureau, CPP, she was all had eventually. I even called the show. The madam was making a case today. So when it comes to who is making a case, whose voice you can listen to, and they tell you exactly what they're going to do when they take power, is Elizabeth Cummings.
All right. Thank you so much. So to this caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Yeah, my brother, go ahead, your name and where you join us.
Yeah, Thomas Corcoran, calling for the District Manager's Farm for the new woman that you told me about that too.
Thank you so much.
Let me come to what Sekou said. As the boss Sekou tonight, Sekou, he saw something that starts to be, that we don't have a case to ask the people who want to become president of the nation. So we just said the right thing. We don't have to be president of the people. What you are doing, what you are doing for them. Ask the people, what will you do for the country when you are elected? What is it? It's all about contextualization. Contextual is issue to the people. When you become president, what you will do for the people? I think that's the problem we are not doing. Even the color they are calling, government for social media, that's not what we're talking about. We are talking about what will they do for us when they become president.
Thank you so much. And to this caller, good evening. Yeah, my brother, your name and from where you joining us.
I'm calling you from Corey.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, brother, this country where we are today, it's good to respect our leader. No matter who you are, when God chooses you to lead this country, it's good to respect one another. Listening over the radio, discussing another person, we don't know where are we heading. Because the issue here in Liberia, we are, the guy there was talking about people go to school, there's no jobs or other things. Let me tell you that. Let all those who call themselves opposition that went on air and said Liberia is not safe. Who will make this country safe when you are born on the air and talk?
1 minute maximum. I think 2 more calls will go to the dashboard. So we can.
All right. So to this caller, good evening. Yeah, my brother, your name and from where you join us. Go ahead, Chief.
Congratulations, brother.
Thank you so much, Chief.
It means that let people every time he come on the radio, then he's not. Why would you say you love what we are saying? No matter who is supposed to be telling us what we have done to our water money that we only need to manage. That's meaning for doing jobs every time and threatening people. I don't think that is something that
All right. All right, thank you. So this caller will be our last caller to cross over to Sekou. Hello? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Chief. All right, thank you. You're going to respond to that.
I didn't hear you.
The man said, Kumix is working for, or in fact, have worked for the president or the former president, Mana Ellen Johnson, including Tiawan Gonglo. So, how are you going to take them off for the past government?
Oh, okay. No problem. I'll respond to that before I take the first call. So the response to that is that they were not the vice president. They were not policymakers. At least Tiawan Gonglo resigned because he felt that they were proceeding wrongly. And Cummings has never served in any policy-making position in Ellen government or any other government before that. And that is different from Joseph Boakai, who was the principal deputy, who said he was the last person in the room when they were making the decision. So that's the difference. So let me go to the line here. I will take the first caller here because I want to make sure that people too in the diaspora, they can call in while we stay on the line in Liberia so Liberian people can hear their perspective. So I'll take the first caller here. Hold on one second. One second. Well, I think it was 202 number. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay, hold the line for us. Okay, go ahead quickly. Go ahead. First, if you call in one line that is not going through, you can call the other line. I've directed all the line to myself. The other one was to Steve, so I ready to switch that. So go ahead, caller.
Yeah, Sekou, I listen to you, Kine. This is listening here.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
I listen to you, Kine. So now when I listen to you, you sound like somebody that I pretend that you're not supposed to be Kine. It sounds funny and it sounds baffling. What's it all be real? Even those crowds that you see there, those people out there, exam coming. But now, in the pool, you shouldn't take a shower because the whole house will be pool. In our exam coming, but now in the pool, you see me because it's happy. So you can see people outside, without thousands of people outside, you talk about somebody paying it or somebody, people that have nowhere to go on the street. Those people that are happy, those people that believe in them and see what a man is doing. No, let me tell you something. We all live in our country. We live in our country, so what happened?
Wait, where are you calling from right now? From Liberia?
Listen, I'm calling for DC.
Oh, okay. No. I thought you were calling from Liberia. Go ahead.
Okay. Let me tell you something. We all live in our country. We know what happened there for the past 20 years. The reason why people saying that people suffering is one thing. The country during that time, we were having all meal there. We had a lot of issues there. One again, the government was corrupt to the extent that their own salary, they were not used to touch their own salary. They used to use the salary for themselves. Those corruption money, they used to give it to people, don't pretend that they are helping. And people that used to go around, you see them, they take their own money, take the gas station, and now they ask you for where you get generator in your house to give you free gas slip. Because the money.
My brother, I want you to go to the point strictly because I don't have time. You got a lot of people calling.
Okay, that's what I'm telling you. Don't say those people are on the street, they are not getting what they want.
Okay.
The person said what he's going to say best.
Okay.
The person, the president went in power for 12 years. He was there as a backer, he was there as a BP, he was responsible for the human resources ministry, even the agriculture ministry, he was there.
My brother, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The message, if that crowd over there, that will be jumping in the pool right now. Jason, caller, what's your name and where you calling from? 612. I think this is Saros. Saros, how you doing, sir?
This is Cyrus, Brazilian man calling from Minneapolis.
Brazilian man, my brother. How you doing?
What's going on? I'll just call. I've been following the show, and you just said that you're giving your last statement. You see, the race between, if you want to make the race about between George Weah and Joseph Boakai, is a race to the bottom. The reason being because they cannot boast of success. You know, George Weah want to make a moral argument against the Unity Party and Joseph Boakai. They both because there's nothing to elevate the debate, you know. George Weah is literally saying we entitled to 12 years. Georgia's argument is that they are morally entitled to 12 years based on Unity Party performance. What he literally is saying is, you got me because Unity Party. So even if you believe that we are not doing better, whether we are having mass poverty, whether it's killing of the auditor, whether it's insecurity in the country, whether there is no investment, Joseph Boakai cannot be the one to replace us. That's his argument. So if people can be like, oh, Georgia, okay, yeah, he got a problem with the English language, he doesn't speak well. But literally, if you really drill it down to the bottom, that's why you actually be saying, yes, I may not be the best president, but look who you got. This cannot be the guy to replace her. That's why we entitled to 12 years, because for us, United Party were giving more resources, they did less, and we came in here, we have to literally take things from scratch, even though I know in reality that certain things were put in place for Georgia to start from. But that's the argument, that they were giving more and we were giving less. But if you want to make the comparison that we are achieving more than what they did, but the worst case scenario, even if the ordinary Liberian believe that I'm not doing a better job, Joseph Boakai just cannot be the one to replace me. That's Georgia's argument. And that's why he keep going to this, oh, this someone was sleeping, who put their hand up, how when you were campaigning for the party.
So does that open the door? So Sarah, does that open the door for alternative? If Joe is saying that he's bad and those guys that were bad, but you know, people are saying I'm bad, but those guys that were bad more than me. So does that mean Liberian people should look elsewhere instead of the two of them?
Yeah, Tegu, the thing is very simple. The doors have always been open for the legs of coming in the Tawan Gongos of the world. They just cannot gel. They just cannot break free. Yes, we can make the argument. They are there. We can see it every day. The argument is there to be made. The voters are there. But the question you ask yourself, why is it that these guys are not making inroads? I don't see it. Maybe you got secret voter. You can make that case, but it's just not showing. And you know how our people vote before election. They vote psychologically before they can cast their ballot. We are not seeing that momentum swing. And once the argument remains between, I tell people, Joseph Boakai is the strongest candidate in the opposition, but he's the weakest candidate in the general election. That's why Georgia will always rally the chance to meet Joseph Boakai, because he believes in his heart that fundamentally he can make a moral argument against Georgia. So if a guy like Cummings and the Tawan Gongos of the world just cannot break free, then the possibility that Georgia might let me take this thing again.
I think it would be unrealistic to say that they are not making breakthrough. I think Cummings is making headway, because given where we were a year ago or 2 years ago is different.
Maybe he got silent voter. I'm just saying based on past election and historical data where we observe, we haven't seen it yet. You could tell that Dylan was going to win, right?
Yeah.
It was visible. You could tell that Ellie was going to win. You could tell that Georgia was going to win. Now, you cannot tell who's going to win. That's the difference. So like I said,
okay, that makes this election difference, my brother. I agree with you.
That's what makes it different.
Thank you.
Anyway, thanks for the time, guys.
Thank you, my brother. Let's go to the line here. Call out 8815. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, thank you, Sego. My name is Momosaki. I'm calling from Minnesota.
Momosaki, how are you?
I good to see you, but today I disagree with you on some of your analysis.
Go ahead quickly.
First, I listened to you. You said most of the crowd people were being civil. I'll be realistic, Sego. Today, if that era were poor, your whole country Georgia is unpopular. That one. Number two, he said St. Georgia became president on the USA 6 years, they are nothing. Second, when you want to defeat someone, if you are fighting against someone, if the person do well in some places, say at least they may try to whatever they're doing. I was in Liberia recently. In 2016, 2017, we got Liberia. Electricity was not even coming from my grid. But today, I can tell you there are electricity in Kakata. Moreover, when I was in Liberia, power and water was not in the center of Moreover. Your coals, you get icing. Today,
So part of Central Moral, they are carbon water. Well, in like
Folks, don't be calling. Hold on, my brother. Don't be calling the same number. Call other number. If the other one is not going through, call the other one. I'm saying you move through calling, but the other line is free. But you're calling on the one that somebody's talking on. Call on the other line. They will be the next person. Please go ahead.
Yeah, well, in a few years ago, the whole GSA road where Joshua lives, that area was a modern area about today. You can take a backpack.
So in short, my brother, we don't have enough time. In short, Joey is doing good and Joey deserves to be re-elected, correct?
I don't say everything is 100% like now. I don't like Europe.
Yeah, but you think Joey is doing good?
Follow Joshua as area, you can say yes, I do Liberia is going somewhere.
Thank you. Yeah, so call us where you're calling from 609 number. Last 4 digits 0724. Oh my God, hold on 1 second. Hello?
I said, how you doing this
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I was telling you to call the other line because you've been calling back to back, and the other person on the line, I couldn't cut them off. But since you're on now, go ahead quickly.
Yeah, I just wanted to say something. I was in Liberia.
Your voice is not coming too clear. I don't know why. Okay.
I returned on the 20th of June.
Okay.
And I was in Liberia for a month. And it is terrible there. I did voters education. I'm from the CPP. I support Mr. Edison Cummings. I did voters education, and everybody that I spoke with, they all agreed to vote for Mr. Edison Cummings. The kind of hard time that in Liberia, Seko, the people are suffering. I'm so glad that I went there myself to be on the ground to see what is really going on in Liberia. Nobody cares about George Weah. They don't even want to hear George Weah's name. All of them, hundreds of people that I spoke to, they don't even want to hear his name. All the talk about George Weah.
We got within 1 minute on the radio now.
No increase of disgrace. So everybody that were over there supporting George Weah, I believe they were paid because the Liberian people don't care what they about George Weah. They're rejecting George Weah and they're rejecting the Unity Party. Okay. I spoke with 3 of the Unity Party people. I convinced them when I told them about the vision from Mr. Edison Cummings. Our people.
Okay.
Is to vote for Mr. Edison Cummings. That's the only option we have right now. Our country is in serious problem.
Thank you.
There was 5 dead bodies on the streets when I went over
there. We gotta go. Thank you so much, and we hope to join you on tomorrow by the grace of God.
Neighbor, thank you so much. So we're not on the radio anymore, but you can continue what you were saying, so I can take the next call.
Our country is covered with a cloud of evil. When you're in Liberia, you can feel the evil. I mean, you can know that the country is just under the cloud of evil. Our country is in serious problem, Seko. Our country is in serious problem. The people can't even afford a meal a day. I was there. I experienced it. My money got stolen. So I have good friends, some of them on SKTV that helped me to send me money just to be able to eat every day. For a month. And I know what these people are going through. I mean, the young people, it's just terrible in Liberia. Nobody should tell you that George Weah or Joseph Watkins is going to win this election. No, the people don't even want them. They are not even an option. It's all a facade. I'm telling you the truth. Mr. Cummings, we just have to go door to door and talk to the Liberian people about Mr. Cummings. It's resonating because I educated people in my neighborhood. I educated people in the cabs because I never drove. I had a car to drive, but I couldn't drive Seko. It was so scary to get on the street to drive. Or if somebody would have killed me, I would have killed somebody. So I rode my keke in my Texas. And every keke and taxi that I got in, I also educated people. And they had no objections. They accepted that they would vote for Mr. Cummings because they want something different. So we just have to take the message out there. We just have to do it. And I'm talking to my Liberian people today. I beg you. We have to fight for Liberia. Liberia is the only country we have. We got nothing else but Liberia.
Some of us, we live here, but we want to come home. When I went home, I didn't even go out in the night. I did all my virtual education during the daytime. I was so scared to go out at night because I didn't know what we were going to see there. After seeing 5 dead bodies in the streets of Monrovia, getting from Freeport to go to the waterside, oh my God, you should see that road. They dirt, the garbage, the road so bad. I mean, oh my God, I went down waterside because I wanted to see things for myself. I went Broad Street. I went everywhere because I wanted to see these things for myself. People riding car on the shoulder of the road. I saw all of that, Sekou. Our people are suffering. There's no joke about it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We have to fight hard to make this change.
Thank you so much, my sister. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. Okay.
All right. So, folks, please, when you call, you limit your time so that way other people can be able to come on and contribute. We have seen a lot of calls coming in, but I can't cut people off while they're talking. But whenever I say thank you, means that I want you to wind down your talking, and so we can have everybody participating here. I want to say thank you to all of you for following. We stay here. We will take a few more calls. But let me say this to all of us listening. This is election time. You may not be able to hear. Let's take this call here. For some reason, it looks like the other line is not going through. Who is calling this? Hold on 1 second. Can somebody call the number that ends with 2081? It looks like the calls are not coming in. One number been ringing the whole time. That's why a lot of people are not coming through. But if you got my personal number, anybody you want call in, call that number. But it looks like the other number is not going through. Well, caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Good afternoon, dear brother Sekou. This is Abraham calling from New Jersey.
Abraham, how you doing, my brother?
I know Mayvon left. I just trying to congratulate him. Early on, you picked me up, but I lost contact. But listen, Sekou, politics in Liberia, people got to be very authentic about issues. And let's stop being dismissive about certain realities. In politics are all the paying people to come out, especially in the case of CDC, is becoming very lazy. People need to stop. Let me tell you this. If you look at Lufa County, of all of President George Weah's political life, he never won Lufa County. But today, the priority in men and resources to campaign vigorously in Lufa County, and today Lufa County situation is a different ball game. They were never dismissive of Lufa County.
So Joey are going to win Lufa County?
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he has infiltrated that notion that Joseph Boakai is so win.
But that was not because of crash size. Lufa County thing it was never because of crash size. Joseph Boakai, listen. You continue. Let me just add this. Joseph Boakai campaigned there for Galapa Kwatima. Joseph Boakai pulled out crowd more than any other person that went to Lufa County. But at the end of the day, the CDC back Kennedy won, right? So the crash size, it don't matter in the election, especially in Liberia, because most of them are deceptive. Most of them, they will just go there because they give them money. That we know that. People getting money, people don't want to hear it. But a lot of people, most of the people that attempt all the rallies, the same group you will see in Kumi's rally, you will see them in Boakai rally, you will see them in Jowia rally.
Here's the thing. The point I'm trying to make here is that there was nothing like complacency on the part of George Weah and his CDC in the case of Lufa County. They never dismissed the reality.
But they were not running, in fact. They were not running. They were afraid to put their name on the ballot.
Presidential election, 2005, no one won it. 2011, no one won Lufa.
Okay.
That's my point I'm making. I'm talking about the sequence.
Okay.
And eventually, they prioritize our place that they deploy people there. I'm not talking about crash.
Yeah, but they are yet to win anything in Lufa.
I'm just saying, my point
CDC are not won anything in Lufa with the name CDC, my brother.
No, but listen, the point I'm making for people to be dismissive that, they will just sit home and things happen, is is not going to work.
I agree with that.
So that complacency is what I'm trying. I'm not saying if a Lofa CDC winning Lofa is a slam dunk, but nobody in the political arena in Liberia would think that CDC have not infiltrated Lofa County. Nobody would think that way.
True.
That's the point I'm driving home.
I agree with that. But we are talking about the cry. We're talking about the cry sites today in Montserrat County. They are paying people. You know they can even pay people to vote. That's right. They pay people. They pay people to come out.
Maybe you got proof on it. I don't have it.
We do.
I don't buy into that. This is a group of party that when it comes to crowd politics, they have always succeeded in Liberia. Whether it would translate into actual vote, that's another thing. But
we know, my brother. Let me say this, man. Before I let you go, I'll take the next call. Let me say this to you, then you will respond to it and go.
Right.
When it comes to cry size, you know why CDC was so happy and confident that Thomas Fowler will win? You know why they were so confident and believe that Polita we were going to win the election? The crowd of CDC pull out in Nuku Town were way more than crowd that Dillon and Tila Ure pull out. You understand? So listen. When Jawia sat in that place and said, as long as I'm president, no Ure or Dillon will win an election in Liberia because of that confidence they saw in the crowd that attended that program. And guess what happened? They were flogged twice with all the crowd.
It's understandable.
Okay.
It's understandable. Any incumbent leadership will lose that. But you know, Segu, the point I'm making here is this. Mr. Cummings, especially, I'm not talking about Unity Party because obviously Unity Party, quite honestly, they are not opposition. They are former ruling party, like I usually say. But Mr. Cummings, can you boast of Mr. Cummings present anywhere in Lofa County?
No, not yet.
They're not impacting anything. You got 80 days or 82 days or 80 whatever days.
Maybe they are writing Lofa off. I don't know why.
Okay, all right.
Maybe I say maybe.
Right.
I say maybe.
But I'm just saying that if CDC happen to be an incumbent government that have vigorously campaigned the nooks and corners of our country, they're not complacent because they're in power. So anybody, if you want to unseat them, you better put on.
All right, thank you.
That's what I'm making, my brother.
Thank you. I got your point. Thank you. So let's take the call here. Prince is here. Prince, I know you've been struggling from both lines. Welcome to SKTV.
Yeah, Sekou, thank you very much. Thank you so much, Sekou. You never cease to disappoint me. You're always on the mark.
Thank you.
And that's why when you hear about people saying that the press is the fourth estate, meaning that the press is the one that's supposed to be able to make sure the government or any institution, public or private, continue to be in the perspective that it needs to be in. What we were just about to witness was a circus. You know what a circus is, eh?
Mm-hmm.
But we don't know what a circus is where you bring all the funny animal, you bring all the interesting animal, you put it in a big train, you go down the road, you build a tent, everybody go there and have fun. That's what we're about to watch between Joseph Boakai and George Weah. Instead of them discussing the issue, they're talking the things that are not essential because they want to deviate from their record. But Sekou, you brought them back on course. Or at least you brought the Liberian people back to what we should be discussing. Not about who wear goggles, who wear glasses, who wear dashes, who in the put a hand on, who know in the put a hand on. Those things are irrelevant. People are dying today. Government is not a thing that you go there and it's like a soccer game. The team lose, you'll come out and play next season. All the 11 players come out again and play, or 12 players come out and play. Government is not like that. When government makes mistakes, people's lives are devastated. People die. People's hopes and dreams and aspiration dies. So instead of talking now about these people coming and having a debate or presenting the way forward. And Sekou Liberia is just a sick country. Look, when you talk about democracy and government, it's almost like buying life insurance. How the heck you go buy life insurance? You didn't even read the policy, you know what things are. You just buy it because of your cousin, your nephew, your uncle, your grandma, or your grandpa, or your countryman. When you die now, when the policy doesn't meet your expectation, who's going to talk for you? Nobody. That's what happened in that country. But thank you, Sekou, for bringing up other perspective. We want to deal with the issue that affects the day-to-day life of Liberian people. We don't care about Joseph Boakai wearing sunglasses or Joe Weah or Bobo last year. We don't care about those things. Look, and my final word before I depart, since you are elevated the discussion, we want Joseph Newman Boakai to please come on and tell us the secret meeting he and Custom how with those individuals
with the unknown people, right?
Unknown people who wanted to use cash to subvert and avert our democracy. I don't care about what happened between Custom and Joseph Boakai. They were in the marriage bed together, the political marriage bed. They were having a romantic affair in secrecy. When one person comes and told it whatever happened in the room, don't force me to be the one to judge who lie or who telling the truth. I don't care.
Thank you, sir.
The only thing I care about, I want to hear both sides' story. Joseph Boakai left Monrovia with that heart condition, with his age and burden of that age on him. He bought a plane, he went to Ghana, he sat in a secret meeting. He didn't go there just because he wanted to see people's faces. He went there to call a deal. The deal didn't go away, he walked away. That deal now we're hearing now is threatening our sovereignty and our constitutional territory. He wanted to sell Walagisi Mountain.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Foreign people that violate our national electoral law. Joseph Boakai have to come and explain. That thing, not keeping quiet and not sending more Ali to handle the situation. Ali can handle his own situation. Joseph Boakai will handle their situation by his own.
Thank you,
very
sir.
much, Sekou.
Thank you so much. Let's go to the caller here. 612 number last 4 DJ 5847.
Yes, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm good, thank you. I'm Gwen from Detroit.
I know, but I know. If I say thank you, if that will be the beginning of your second paragraph, I will cut you off.
I know. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I just called because that brother said that he don't know what AC or CPP is doing in Lo-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
I called because what we did was we split up the country into little parts that we could support. And Michigan is in charge of Lo-Fi. Our electoral process is not that of the electoral college in the U.S. where you win the county, you take everything. You guys, of course, people know that.
Mm-hmm.
So CPP is working on the ground. That's why we say, I woke up one morning here, I don't know, which Donald Trump won, and I cried because I was looking at the polls and everything that was saying that Hillary Clinton already won the elections, and I was shocked that all the people that was at my job, I voted for Trump, they just shut them off, they didn't say anything. So we're doing our work. We in Lo-Fi, we got people there, we got a whole team there, we're doing our work. We're not saying we're not oblivious to the fact that Lo-Fi is a Joseph Boakai stronghold, but we will get numbers from Lo-Fi. Same thing with Myanmar, and we got our own place that we get a lot of numbers from Usurado and from the Southeastern region. So, we don't have to put it on the ground. And let's remember that George we are came to power because of United Package failure. The failure, the people, why people push George we are there. That's why they looked at George we are as a new age couple, whatever they call it. And George has failed them even dreadfully. So it's nothing to discuss. These people, they know what they want, and they did. If Liberians go back to the past and the present, it's up to them. So some of us will still town knowing that we did our job. The only thing is, people that are here in the States, I hear people saying, I went out. you know in Liberia before the war, it was 4 children? Because some of us grew up in Liberia before the war. And Liberia is worse now than even during the war. It's from Liberia is worse now than during the war. It's a total breakdown of the legal system of justice. Somebody can walk from their house, come to your house with a group, and people to chop you up. Nobody will say anything. People will just steal. That's not in Liberia we know. And this is the reason why we're trying to get this judge. We are up and not bringing this party back because both of them save the people. Both of them are not naked. So people that here, America pushing back, but and they're pushing that to job. They're trying to push the parents to get so to pay them work to stay in. Come on, look at this boy from Papolu. He's running for Papolu. Apollo Senator, this man is freaking $10,000 per month. Why is he going back to that to run for senator and become people? If you guys see, and people just want to come back to power to see the things they are the left, the small related of things they left there. You're being smart, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for the show.
Thank you so much. So let's go to the line here. This is Mr. Mervyn DeShield from all the way Belgium. Mr. DeShield, how are you?
Yeah, how are you, Sekou?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Okay. I took notice of certain things that probably that you didn't pick up from that crowd today. I understood that it was not supposed to be surprising today for that crowd. The first thing is that this thing was planned a month ago. Jefferson Koji, remember, on one of his tours, were asking all the people that were working for the government that they should show themselves out. And if you're not going to be part of the government, then you're going to be sacked. You will not be part of them and the foregoing. What I noticed today was that all the representatives, the people that were running, they had this crowd from their particular group. The people from the ministry had their particular group. They were going in and coming out. That was very surprising to me from the fact that the place was all crowded, but they were allowing certain group, like if a representative is coming in with his group from that particular district, they will allow them to go in. They will go in, register, and they will come out and allow the other group to go in because the place was not fit enough to handle the whole crowd.
It was not big enough.
And it was not big enough. I noticed that. And also what we should all go against, today is Monday, Sekou. And yeah, it's a working day. The government did not work today. Everybody had to show up. The marketeers could not sell the things today. Everybody had to show up. So it was a forced crowd plus a paid crowd that we saw today gear up with a month of planning. So it was 1 month of planning of this particular thing that we saw today. That's my point. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, so keep your calls coming in. We have about maybe like another 5 minutes here. I know Mr. Mawulo also was calling, but both lines were occupied. You can call back, and we will take your call. A lot of other people were calling as well. I think there was some call coming from. I think this is from Europe. Yeah, so keep your calls coming in. We believe the issue should be discussed. I think Mr. Mawulo is back here on the side, and then another person is always also here. So first we'll go to Mr. Mawulo. John Mawulo, how are you, sir? Hello? No, hold on. Call out 701 number. Please hold the line. We stay on the other line here. Mr. Mawulo, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. How you doing today, Sekou?
I'm doing great. Please, if you can, keep your comment on 1 minute so we can take the other caller. We're about to leave now.
All right. Look, I was just calling to say thank you for the information you disseminated today to our people. But you see, that's some of the funny thing about people. After you spend all that time deliberating, the first man to call telling you about crime and who's sleeping and who not. It seems like our people don't even understand that this thing is about their lives.
Yeah.
And I try to keep on telling them that this thing is more than your happiness at the election day. It's more than who wins and who loses. It's about who runs the country to benefit your life and to keep the life of you and your children and even generations to come. And if our people don't understand that, we will keep on making mistakes and regretting the day after. So thank you for pushing the message. I hope you continue to do that because that's what we need. One more thing. Please, Civil, join get with this First Union of Liberia. Let them organize national debate for these so-called presidential candidates.
Thank you. We'll try to do that. We'll try to do that.
To the Liberian people and let it be a must. This president has no respect for the Liberian people. And let the Liberian people know that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's go to the line here. 701 number, last 4 digits, 7361. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Good afternoon. This is Pastor Juro Cummins. How are you?
Pastor Juro Cummins, my own brother. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Quickly, I just want to go to something you raised during your disco with Steve. That has to do with the culture of the radio station. Look, when you don't have independent media in the country, that's what you land into. And I love the fact that you had to go to the place from the embryo stages where Stanton and the government was dining and whining together. We saw those things when we used to be around. That the Front Page Africa came, and the Front Page Africa was one of the leading newspapers then because they had an internet service. Later on, they were hating the government. They were speaking the truth. But when they decided to start to dine and wine with the government, that's where you will notice that the libel case against the Front Page at the time landed our good friend into prison. Nobody's happy about that. But when you say you are independent, an independent media institution, then stick to the ethics of journalism. But when you cross that bridge or break the boundary, these are some of the things that will happen to you. The only thing I disagree with you on is that they're not playing games. You guys are not playing games. Go back to Samuel Tua's message that they will weaponize the media. When he made that statement, see the proliferation of radio stations that came up. Go back and just do your statistics. See the amount of radio stations that came up. And then later on, the government said there was no frequency in Montserrat.
Yeah.
But they were giving frequency to people who were then deputy minister at the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism. They were using as far as using just 500 kilowatts transmitter. If they were using 500 kilowatt transmitter, which is almost like a community radio station, then what about people who using 1,000 kilowatt transmitter? So why can't you just give me a frequency in Dwaza? So they're not playing game. It's just that the guys decided to play a game with the government that turned out to hit them back. So you see, by the time we start getting to the closer to September, you see how some of these radio stations will start to propagate the messages of the government. Look at Representative Abu Kamara. Abu Kamara radio station was given frequency when we were told that no frequency was in Montserrat.
Me too. I was told there was no frequency in Montserrat.
Okay,
but let me tell you the game. Let me Mr. Cummins, the game part of it. Let me tell you why I see they are playing game. I'm saying that because what they are presenting to the Liberian people is not actually what it is. They think they're taking people for a route. They're making it look like they are genuine. They're making it look like they are taking these guys off the air because of some somebody trying to administer justice on behalf of somebody else. When we know everything that they are doing is cat and mouse game between the Swan Network and the Liberian government because they're all playing game with the Liberian people. They're not telling the truth.
But the man involved into this entire thing, Wilman Smith, go back again. Look at where Wilman Smith came from. What led to this? If the government knew that this case was serious, the issue of Wilman Smith started even way back before the prosecution of this case.
Anyway, my brother, thank you so much.
That's how the government been operating. All the government have operated that way. If they want to get to you, if you and Sekou had an issue, they will use individuals. But one thing I will say to you, right? You see the case involving Stanton and the government, it's not going to go anywhere.
No, it's not going nowhere. We know.
That case will not go nowhere.
That's what I told you. That's what I told you. That's why I say it's all game.
Don't jubilate on nothing.
No.
You have to stay around the media or being around for a while to understand some of these issues. But Sekou, thank you so much, man, my good friend and brother. Let me let other people call.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I think this is a call from France. I'm not sure who it is, but caller, what is your name? I believe you're calling from France.
Yeah, Frank Gibson. I call from Paris. How are you, Sekou?
Frank Gibson from Paris. How you doing, my brother?
Thank you very much. Okay, I just want to add my voice to the thousands of Liberians who turned up today to say thank you, and a very big thank you to President Weah, the governor of Liberia, for the job well done for the last 5 years in our country. You know, I listened to one of your callers. They really said Liberia is bad off even more than during the war time. That's a fallacy. People don't say those kind of things on a reputable platform where everybody is listening. How can you compare the situation today to that of the war time? You don't say that, and I believe she was CPP lady as she was explaining. And now President Weah was just trying to draw a comparison. Joseph Boakai said, John Weah never raised his hand one day in the Senate. So Joey was saying it's true. The man couldn't see him because he was always sleeping. And that's a reality. And the strategy now is true. Joseph Boakai was sleeping right in Kakata when he went to become a Magibi. He was sleeping. Nowadays they use that chase, so you will not detect whether he's sleeping or not. I also do it at times. Sometimes if I want to take my nap, put in my dash chase, so you will not say I'm sleeping. So those things work. Those strategies work.
Thank you.
Of the crowd today. Why you want to get on?
Oh no! I thought you finished. No, I thought you finished. Go ahead. Man, you're calling from all the way France. I'm not going to cut you off. Go ahead. I'm not going to cut you off. I thought you finished. Go ahead.
All our Liberian people, those that turned up today to spread the message out, to get the message to those that were not able to be there today. August 7th is coming. Campaign will soon start. So we want to take the message out there to explain to the Liberian people in detail the job that we have done over the last years, and let encourage more people to join more crowd. The crowd is just starting. John Weah is a crowd man. They play Joseph Boakai when somebody said it was almost 1 month. Somebody called for that and said it was those people who can't all kind of platform to say things that they don't have to push for. So I just want to continue the show. Thank the Liberian people, and we'll continue to push John Weah legacy. We'll be in Liberia for elections by the grace of God. We'll do our best to make sure that we are all glad to push the message. Thank you very much, Sekou.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's go to the next caller here. 0311. What is your name and where are you calling from?
0311.
0311. Yes.
Yes. Hello, Sekou.
Hello.
Hello,
Hey, what is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Nyata Bide Tida. Hello.
Yeah, we are listening.
Nyata Bide Tida Tuma Yenye.
Okay.
Yes, that's me.
All right, Omar, how you doing?
I'm okay.
So,
Wait,
go ahead.
how many people on?
A lot of people on.
Hello?
A lot of people on. What do you mean? Oh, Omar.
I'm fine.
Omar, stop listening to the monitors. Listen to the phone only. So that way it can be delayed. Just stop listening to whatever you're listening to. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. We've been hearing you. Just speak to the phone directly. Go ahead. You're live. Yes. Yes.
What you talk about today is the truth. I cannot understand why Liberian people, just want to be pretentious to ourselves. Okay? What you talk about today about the crowd and what's happening, we Liberian people know that it's the truth. Particularly we who always on the ground and the people who on the ground. The crowd, as you said, whether it's Mr. Cummings or Joe Bugger or whoever, among those crowd, yes, there are individuals, men, women, and children who go to these places so that they will get fasting and intensive for their daily meal. It is stuffed in that country. That is the truth. Now, why we don't want to accept the truth is, just unbeknown to me. Let me say also that you can take the man out of the country, but you can't take the country out of the man. What do I mean? There are a lot of us in the diaspora who left the diaspora, who left Liberia and came over here and still stuck on stupid. We still stuck on stupid because the exact thing that we left behind, that we know was wrong, that we participated in, that we never got for ourselves. Now here we are, and we're still sitting here trying to continue to play Ludo and checker. This is the crossroad. This is the last chance that we have, all of us Liberians, to strengthen our country. Yet there are some of us in the diaspora who sitting down calling and asking stupid questions and pretending, or maybe not pretending, maybe some of them actually don't know. So they come out, they say what they knew, what they came with, and then when it took them, then they want to argue because when you take our people to a certain level and it's beyond their comprehension, then they either become rude, obnoxious, or they want to insult your mouth back. That's the way we behave. So, Sekou, what you said today was the truth. The crowd that were out there, half of them were there because Judge Reardon, they put in the money in the community, they put in the money in the parties. They have the money. That is the truth. And these children and men and women, if they were going to get their leg 2 cents, they were going to get their leg 2 cents. Now, does that stop us from continuously talking to them, educating them, and making sure that they come from ignorance to awareness? No, we can't do that. I don't spend my time talking about Joe Bugger or talking about or George Weah, because we all know, we listen to them, and we see that they are not saying nothing, okay? As far as presenting a platform, we know that. So while we spend our time wasting, we ought to be like Mr. Cummings, who is out there not paying attention to those people, but getting to the people who are important. And the importance here is for our Liberian people to understand what Mr. Cummings is about, what he's bringing to the table, the new trajectory that we all want for our country. Our parents died. People died mourning and longing to go home. We want to go home and contribute to our retirement money, build comfortable homes that we can sit down and relax. So let's come and say, I come in to teach the way we have wrong government so that it cares about people and not just for office, for officials. He said to give children better chances to learn. He said to improve hospitals so that all can go there when they're sick and when they can afford to pay. He said to create jobs that will pay enough so that we can care He said to make government more accountable to the citizen. He said to stop crime and make communities safe, my people. What is it in there that we don't understand? What is it? We know that if we look at all of these people, yes, there are good people, money back good, yeah, government good, yeah, but we're looking for somebody not just good. We're looking for somebody who's better than good, that can work with people locally, nationally, continentally, and globally, that will come to our country. What's that? Thirdly, I will be done. If we say we had a CEO people doing a CEO thing, don't you think for once we need to break the chain and try something new for once? At least if it don't work, then we can say, you know what, my people, we try one time. It didn't work, so we go back to our old time. But for heaven's sake, my people, y'all, let's stop this checker playing business. Let's stop this little playing business. It's time to play chess. That means you got to think. Use your hair so your body gets support.
Thank you, Omar.
Thank you, Sekou.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So here, let's take Saros here. Then we will try to take a few more calls and we'll call it a day. I think this is Saros from Liberia. Hello, Saros, are you there? Hello? Hello, Saros, are you there?
Yes, Mr. Kane, I'm here.
Yeah, you're live on SKTV. How you doing, my brother?
Yeah, thank you so much. My name is Saros Slemane, and I call from Liberia as usual. Thank you for the platform. Thank you for topic on a discussion, Mr. Kane. You know, I bless God for SKTV. It only pains me a lot when I see that SKTV doesn't have her own TV station and radio station in Liberia, that the message can cut across with the kind of good education. SKTV continue to provide reliable information and all of that. But this is the thing, Mr. Kane, today, we all saw the crowd. We all know how things are difficult. I personally know about 10 to 15 people today that I talked to. And a lot of them went there to get what they have to get. Mr. Kane, these kind of things will continue to happen as we draw closer to the election, to October 10th. We got 80 more days or 80 plus. As we draw closer to the election, these things will continue to happen because, like I told you, the political class has created this environment. And I can tell you this for a fact, that we cannot trust Liberia with George Weah and Ibwaka. But look, all you see is from the George Weah Ibwaka now. Look, the guys are only throwing jobs. We are talking of laying platform, the blueprint. How when you take this country from George Weah, who is saying, who we all see for the past 5 years to 6 years, haven't done anything. How can you now deliver Liberia from the dream, the dungeons that Georgia had done the country into? You know, many people do not have a platform. We can boastfully say from the CPP, as a committee, I will come with the ACC. That is the anti-corruption code. That is the first thing. I will establish the ACC, the anti-corruption code, to prosecute corrupt people. You say, even when my mother steals, she has to bear the penalty. And that's the only way the country will move forward. But Mr. Kane, we cannot also erase the fact that the crowd you saw today, out of poverty and out of ignorance, out of illiteracy, those crowds, some of them, they were paid. A lot of them were paid. Some people were threatened. But we cannot erase the fact some of these people might live there. Because nowadays, when you move to people like we on the field, we do the door-to-door engagement. People will start telling you why you got to give me. You know, it has always been this bad tradition in our society now is what can I offer before you give me the food? And it has been that way. So with this kind of information, it's helping our society. But our people from the CPP, let me send this message to the CPP, they need to work more. This message is not a message all of fear, but it is all of the reality of fact. Mr. Kane, that they need to put in more work. Because CDC is not joking. In our country, there are a lot more of people here who are illiterate. Sorry to use the word, but Mr. Collins, the stupid people plenty in this country. But thank you so much for having me on your show. We cannot trust Unity Party, we cannot trust Joseph Boakai. Kumi is the way because we have laid the blueprint. We can clearly explain our platform that the Unity Party cannot explain. So the only thing you guys will be doing will be doing job to distract the people from hearing what the truth is. And it's sad, and we have to keep working. All the CPV supporters, this message is going to, with the CPV supporter, we need to work more than we're doing now. We have less time to election. And Mr. Collins, this election, I can tell you, is the last election. After this election, Mr. Collins doesn't win, and he decides to stay out of politics. Let me be on record, mark this day. As man will be out of Liberian politics and do different things in my life because I know Liberia will not be moving anywhere anytime soon or in the next 30, 40 years to come. Thank you for having me on your show.
Well, folks, I think you heard that. So I won't take no more call. I will just close on this note. First, I want to say thank you to those of you who contributed somebody sent $10 to us and somebody sent $25 for the birthday man, and then somebody else sent $20 for the birthday man. That's $55, and then somebody else sent $30 on the Zelle. Yep, $30. We appreciate all of you for the support. Whether you send it to us to see you are contributing to SKTV, or you send it to one of our men who is celebrating his birthday today, in the name of O'Neill Robert, we want to say thank you to all of you for your contribution. Robert, once again, we want to say happy birthday to you, and we hope you will enjoy your birthday. Definitely, we will be talking to you later on. We have to say thank you to all of us, all of you who actually continue to support SKTV. We appreciate your time. And somebody said they are hoping whether the Liberian people will listen. Trust me, a lot of people listen. If they don't listen during the show, they listen after the show. But we hope we could have enough time on the radio that everything we are saying on SKTV reach to the radio station and the Liberian people as a whole. One of these days, we will have our own radio station. We'll have our own TV station in Liberia. It's possible. Everything in life is possible. You just have to put your mind to it, focus, work towards it, and you'll realize it. And I hope with the support from all of you, there's nothing we can do in Liberia. Everything is possible. I want to say thank you for your time. Yeah, while I was talking, somebody, I'm not sure the person agreed with me to call their name. Somebody sent $20 for SKTV. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, the name is Mo. Trecom, thank you so much. We really appreciate your support. Thank you, everybody. We'll leave it there for today. Yeah, for now, let's see what we can do. Let's play some of a song while we're leaving. At least I'll play this one here. I like this song.
Hey. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh. It was gonna be D12 on the beat. If nobody talks about you, you are nobody. If nobody chewing your bone, you are nobody. They will know everything about you more than you know yourself. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but no one wants to die. Oh, see, let them do the talking.